Hello, this is Katrina Price, and welcome to another episode of Power of a Woman series. Today we are talking about vaping. I'm going to jump right in. According to medical research, nearly 7 out of 10 smokers want to quit. Smoking is highly addictive and it causes cancer. Yet, it is still a $12.46 billion industry. Today, not only are smokers turning to vaping, but teenagers are picking up this deadly habit. There have been quite a few myths out in marketing land that have convinced people that vaping is safer. And so I want to share a few facts about vaping and even share what the Word of God has to say about the matter. Um, First of all, and this is based on medical professional research and recommendation. Vaping, while it is less harmful than smoking, because literally it's an electronic cigarette. Even though it's less harmful than smoking, consuming actual smoke, it's still not safe. Nicotine is toxic, and that which is being used within an e-cigarette is still toxic. It's just less toxic. Research suggests that vaping is bad for your heart and it's bad for your lungs, just as smoking is. Electronic cigarettes are just as addictive as traditional ones. And electronic cigarettes are not the best smoking cessation tool. The actual, instrument that you would vape out of has not even been approved by FDA to be used. You know what I mean? And interestingly enough, because vaping has been marketed as safer and less harmful, young people think it's okay. They think, well, I'm not smoking, I'm not inhaling smoke, then I should be fine. It doesn't taste like smoke. It doesn't, they come in flavors and all this kind of thing. And so it seems harmless, but it is very harmful to your body. We live in a world where cancer is rampant. And part of why cancer is rampant in our society is because smoking is rampant. Vaping is now becoming rampant. And those are contributing factors to people who have cancer, who have lung cancer. I mean, it's not the only thing that contributes to cancer, but it is a major contributor. And it's it's one of those things where people say all the time, I don't want to be, no one wants to be sick. No one wants to get a diagnosis of cancer. But there are people who literally go to the store, pick up a pack of cigarettes that has a label that says this causes cancer, and they still use it. 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. I want to focus in on be sober. Sober is not just about alcohol, while that is a part of it. Sober means be free of anything that will intoxicate you. That's really free from intoxication is the definition of sober. You can so in order to be sober, in order to be free from intoxication, what intoxicates you? Alcohol intoxicates you. Cigarettes intoxicate you. Drugs intoxicate you. Any substance that intoxicates you, being sober means being free of those things. Because one, they're harmful for your health just in the natural. They impair your thinking. I mean, these are not, I'm not saying anything that you don't already know. However, it bears repeating because we are still seeing people participate in these activities to their own demise. And the enemy, one of his the biggest trick of the enemy is for him to get is to convince you to kill yourself. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but there are people, he's like, listen, if I can get you hooked on drugs, I can get you hooked on, make you an alcoholic. If I can get you to overeat and become a glutton, if I can get you anything, any too much of anything will kill you. And there are things out here specifically that are designed to kill you, that I won't say we, that people enjoy, and that people enjoy and can't get enough of, but when in fact it's killing your body. It's killing your body. That's there's no other way to say that. Um and because we're in a situation where teens, more and more teenagers are vaping as an alternative to smoking, it's still an issue. It's still an issue for you to be killing your young body, and only to find out that later in life, um, the impact, the negative impact that it will have on you. And so I encourage you, if you're a teenager and you're watching me, I encourage you to drop that habit today. I encourage you to drop that habit today. And if you are in need of help, get some help. Because smoking is bad, and vaping is bad as well. They both are. If you're a parent, be prayerful, and I encourage you to teach your children the dangers of vaping and smoking. And the unfortunate thing is, I mean, there are lots of children who learn to smoke or vape from their parents. Their parents are smokers. They grew up in a household of smoke. And even for some, they may not be even smoking themselves, but the secondhand smoke has made has had a negative impact on them. If you are a parent and you are a smoker, I encourage you to stop smoking today. But even if you feel like you cannot smoke or stop smoking, um, don't smoke around your children. Don't teach this next generation of kids to be in that habit. I hear a lot of smokers say, I know it's a bad habit. I know it's a bad habit. I know it's a bad habit. But they continue to do it, and they teach their children to do the same. And I'm telling you, listen, there is nothing greater than the power of God. Now, in and of by yourself, you may not be able to quit. Some people have done it. There are people who have quit smoking. But you may not feel like you can do it alone. I encourage you, listen, the power of God, lay yourself before the altar of God and say, God, I need you to break this, to break this bondage to whatever this is. This can be alcohol, this can be smoking, this can be vaping. I don't care what the substance. The power of God can break that off of you. Place yourself in a position of deliverance and denounce the addiction. Addiction is bad no matter whatever you're addicted to, it's bad. Addiction is bad, period. And so you want to get free from that. And you want to, you know what I mean? And if you can't do it alone, even if you can't deliver yourself, or know how to go through the steps of deliverance, then please see someone that can help you. see some, go to your pastor, go to your prayer group, go to someone that prays and can help you get this broken off of you, because honestly, it's a bondage. It's a bondage that will kill you. And Jesus came that you may have life and life more abundantly. A life that is not riddled with sickness and disease, but a life that is free from all of that, of a life of walking in divine health. And vaping is one thing that will completely interrupt your life, if not cease it. If this is your first time watching me, I know it sounds, I don't want to end on a negative note, but if this is your first time watching me, it is my desire and my goal to share lessons that would help you get free and stay free. And I would also encourage you to go all the way back to the very first video that is called "What is Biblical Worldview?" Everything in this series, Biblical Worldview, lays a foundation for the topics that I've been teaching on in this series. If you feel like this is a video that is helpful to someone else, I encourage you to like it, share it, and certainly subscribe to the page. We will have more content. We're almost at the end of this series, but there'll be more content coming afterwards. And so I just want to encourage you again to let vaping go. Don't let it interrupt your life, and definitely not stop your future. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.